Kapa.
What's up, guys? John here, and I'm with my beautiful wife, Sharisse, for her awesome show, Sharisse's Healthy Lifestyle Show. So she's here every week with me, and man, it took a lot to have her here every week. So you guys, I mean, I feel blessed every time she's in my presence. I still love her, right? But guys, you know, seriously, taking the time away from what we're doing here in Titan Medical Center, in the clinic-wise setting, everything like that.
Legit.
It's a big, big thing.
It is. Watch. You see? So I got this thing, and you know, because I'm bougie. This is my laptop, and it's got sparkles with my name on it.
It's so shiny.
You know.
Shiny.
By the way, just so you know, because it was not that bougie, this was only $12. So, but it's cute though, right? But anyways, so yeah, this laptop's here because I was waiting to go live with everybody, and you know, I gotta work. That's what happens.
So today's show is looking good. The struggle is real. Tap that again. Tap it again. Double tap.
Oops.
All right.
Ooh.
So
sorry
about that. Little technical difficulties. I'm showing Sharisse how to use this technology that we have in front of us. All right. She doesn't do this a lot, so when she does,
it's not my gig.
If you guys caught Sharisse's soapboxes before, this is kind of piggybacking off of it. A lot of people ask for Sharisse to do these soapboxes, to really talk and break it down. And she's a real person like everybody else out there. So you guys can probably relate to a lot of different things that she's going to talk about, or we're going to talk about on the show, week in and week out. So at this point, we're like testing the waters to see what a good time is for everybody to join in. Because
I feel like it's like, you know, I felt like this was a tough time to really just go live, just because people are at work and they're doing other stuff, or, you know, maybe they are on lunch break. Plus, we also service nationwide, so people go to other places, you know, as far as like California, this might be their lunch break or whatever. So
of course. So we're testing the times. If you guys like this time, please comment when you do see the video. You might not see the video live right now, but when it, you know, when it's up there, so you guys can take a look at it. Make sure you guys are hitting the share and like button, please. All right, so we got some people joining in, so we're gonna get going here. All right.
Let's
so
do it.
The topic of the week is looking good. The struggle is real.
The struggle is
right?
very real.
So we actually have a question right at the bat. Hey guys, oh man, my dude blushing. He really cares about his woman, and that's so beautiful to see. So thanks, Fox. I really appreciate that, and I love my wife with every little bit of my heart and soul. So at that point, I hope it does show through.
Yes, we've been together quite some time now.
13 years going on plus.
Going on 25.
So it's a lot. It's definitely a lot.
100%.
So let's start and talk about the topic for today. So the topic for today, like I said, the struggle is real and looking good, right? So why aren't we live on here? Sorry, guys. We got a little technical difficulty on Sharisse's page.
Sharisse's going live on her phone.
Let's do this,
Only because I promised you guys I was going to go live.
Do it.
Like I promised.
Do it. Like I promised. Just really weird. When an iPad says she's live
I'm telling you, man,
on her personal page.
Listen, this is what I said. I said I'm only going to do it if people are going to watch it and it's going to be good. I guess.
Go ahead. Go live. Let's see how it works. Let's see if it pops up on the Facebook page. All right, so it's going live right there.
There, I guess I could just hold it the whole time.
We'll get a holder here. I got an idea. Sorry, guys. Stay tuned.
Technical difficulties.
Once we have this right, we're going to get it right. Here So let's just finish on this bad boy. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring this over here.
This was supposedly live the whole time, you know, but not really. So now I decided to go live on my cell phone because I promised everybody was going to go live, and then I'd be a liar that I didn't go live today when I did.
All right, so let's talk about the topic for today, right? The struggle is real and looking good. So what is the breakdown for this, Sharisse, as far as that goes?
So, Art, you know, you could probably be my helper and just hold that there for me. All right. All right, guys. So, all right, I wanted to bring up the, you know, obviously, you know, we had this fashion show, right? Recent fashion show that we did. I'm sure that some of you guys saw the, you know, pictures that went up and everything. So it was kind of, I don't know, it kind of sucked. And I'll tell you why it sucked, right? Oh my God, this is so funny that they're trying to go live. Anyways, listen. So when you go for a fashion show, right, you got to look good, right? You got to be tip top. Everybody's going to be looking at you. Everybody's going to want to know, you know, Oh boy, this is.
Keep going, Sharisse.
How am I supposed to go? So much going on.
Just keep going.
We got this.
Come on, this is so funny, guys.
Keep going for it. Keep going, guys.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
That's how we roll.
All right, we got this. You got this. You
Teamwork,
got this.
baby. It's all about teamwork.
Siri's trying to be up on my thing here now.
All right. So,
All right, whatever.
There it is.
I'm sorry.
Getting directions.
No.
Oh no.
There we go.
All right.
Oh my gosh. What
A lot goes into this.
Yeah.
Okay, so people think it's just really easy. This is just, push of a button.
OMG.
It's not just a push of a button. There's a lot of things that go into this.
This is
and,
the real life live. This is what happens.
This is live. This is organic. This is really what
yeah,
it's about.
it's organic. See, I like being organic.
So the struggle is real.
All right, struggle's
and looking
real.
good.
Looking good. Right. Okay, so listen. So we had this fashion show, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I had this bathing suit that it was going to look super bomb because I've always worn this bathing suit.
Right.
Now, everybody knows, or anybody that's ever followed me knows that I've got, I had COVID a year ago. And I still have some residual stuff going on from COVID. So some days are good, some days are bad, and it's just been like that ever since. And I haven't been to the doctor, and no, I'm not going to the doctor. I just make sure, I had my MRI of the brain yesterday, MRA of the brain yesterday, making sure everything's okay. But last week, it was like, you got to get ready for this thing. So I'm like, okay, I guess I got to go work out. You guys know I don't like to work out. But I had to go. I'm being honest. But, I wasn't able to work out. So it's like, what am I supposed to do? And now I'm like, oh, okay, am I going to go up there? You start really like breaking yourself down because you're like, now let's be honest here. I'm not a spring chicken anymore. You know what I mean? I pull it off well. Like I'm a chicken and I'm springing, but I'm really not a spring chicken anymore. My shelf life is never ending. But
Expiration date?
there is none. It is forever. So there is no expiration date. But, you start questioning yourself, especially after you're in your 30s, like, dang, I'm going to be up on stage with all these girls. These girls are in their 20s. I'm like, they're going to be, I'm like, I don't know if I want to go up there. Remember I was telling you, I don't know if I want to go up there. I was definitely feeling like, what am I going to do here? Because I at least get in some cardio because, listen, I feel skinny when I do cardio, at least for a day, right? Drink a bunch of water. I got this new jug. This thing is awesome, by the way, just so you know. And it's got these little things on it, like tallies of when you're supposed to drink it and how quick. And at the end of the day, it says, you made it. And I'm like, oh, shoot, I made it. I drank all my water for today. But it works out good because I drink the water. Last time it's in the Evian bottle, and I don't drink it. So it's like, you got to do something. But this thing is bomb.
Yes.
All right? I'm not a bodybuilder, but this works out well for me.
Yes.
But anyways, so I'm like, okay, all right, what can I do here, right? So a couple things that I did because I'll pop up some of these photos on here for you.
The struggle is real.
The struggle is real. So I drank a bunch of water, obviously. Now I got to start thinking about what I'm going to eat, right? So I got to cut out all of my carbs. Like I cut out the pasta, not all the way. Cut out the, the potatoes that I was eating. I cut out breads. At night I got this little and this is what I do. Seriously, I'm not even kidding. So he's gonna laugh because he knows it's true, but I'm being honest, right? So I don't pour a whole bowl of cereal, right? And I love me some Cinnamon Toast Crunch. So I put it in a little napkin because a napkin only holds so much, right? It holds like this much, right? So I can only eat this much. And God only knows I am not walking back downstairs to get another napkin of Cinnamon Toast Crunch. So I went ahead and did my little Cinnamon Toast Crunch things. I had to make it littler.
Yeah.
I ate a couple bites of that at night and stuff. But my water intake, I tried to, drink as much water as I could possibly stand and just try to eat as much meat as possible without carving it up. And I'm like, Jude, what do I do? Do I look okay? Even the day before, I'm really double thinking this thing. Yeah. Like, do I look okay? Am I gonna look okay? I put on the thing and I put on the outfit and I'm like, John, do you think this looks all right? You really start questioning yourself, like, is this gonna be okay? Yeah. But I think everybody does that for everything. That they really, is this gonna be okay? Am I gonna look all right? And the next problem that we had, outside of how we're going to look, is I find out that at Water, that they're going to be having us walk on the platform that has the wooden blocks.
Yeah.
And we're all in stilettos. Because I told all the girls that we are going to wear stilettos. Why? Because girls are sexy in stilettos, right?
Yeah.
Oh, what are you gonna have, a fashion show? You're gonna have girls walk around barefoot? I mean, what are we calling this? A Mohican fashion show?
Yeah.
No, it is not a Mohican fashion show. It is a fashion show, and it's supposed to be sexy.
Yes.
And girls are supposed to look good.
Yes.
And you look good when you put heels on. And you are about to bust your booty in these heels walking on this wood.
Absolutely.
Because I'm telling you, it's just enough space in between those little wood pieces. Anybody's ever been to water knows. But just enough space for that heel to go right in. You know, where it's like, yeah, this is not going to be good for Titan. And so, anyways, you know, that was you know, obstacle number 2,
Yes.
right? I went out there literally, like, I wasn't even ready for the show. I got all my makeup done. I got, like, flip-flops on. All these people are walking in. They're trying to say hi to me. I'm trying to figure out, are we going to be able to walk on this wood? I had all the girls grab their shoes, and I'm like, listen, grab your stilettos. I want to make sure every single one of you guys can walk on this wood. So we all came up with this little, like, you know, this little trick, right?
Yeah.
And it was to, you know, walk on the ball of your foot on the way out there, but because once you hit the platform, you're fine.
Right.
But if you walk on the ball of your foot, then you knew your heel wasn't going to be going in. So, anyways, it was a struggle, was real.
Yeah.
But you know, you have to remember. So, like me and John, we own the company, right?
Right.
So I was scared, and this is me being honest. So I was scared that like I would go out there and then just have this really bad angle, one angle. That's all it takes is one shot. One angle, right? And I'll tell you about the after story on this because it's really funny. But anyways, one angle is bad. They get a picture of it, and then boom,
Everybody has
nationwide.
it. Yes. Everybody has
Titan
it.
Medical Center owner Sharisse thinks she's super cute, strutting it down, and the rolls pop out. Everyone go to Titan.
You know, like those little sausages that get too tight? That's what she was feeling. She didn't want to happen. I'm like, baby, you're perfectly fine.
I know.
So listen, for everybody out there, thank you guys for all joining in
what's
to
up?
the second show of Sharisse's Healthy Lifestyle Soapbox. We're going to answer all your questions because we do got some questions
What's
out
up,
there.
Janine? Hey, guys.
Big shout out to Janine.
What up,
Fox
Louis?
says he feels the same way. LOL, one day of cardio. I got to eat for 2 days to make up for what I lost.
Legit.
Might be psychological, but every pound is special.
It is so special.
100% on that.
It's so
you know, and I think a lot of people feel the exact same way. Like Sharisse, especially females, they feel insecure. Even guys out there, they feel insecure.
Guys do too.
They compare themselves to other people that are out there. Now, listen, you know, if be real with yourself too. That some people aren't realistic with themselves. Like, listen, if you do have some issues, make sure you take care of them, and don't just say like, oh, or think like I don't have these issues. Like, you know, you can't be like that. Like,
Don't be unrealistic. Yeah.
don't be unrealistic. You should be realistic about what you're doing, you know? So that's a big thing out there. And listen, all our models did great. Sharisse stole the show. She was the first one to walk it. So that's
I got to open it.
That's a little, like, you know, a kick right there too, because, you know,
cool.
the first to do it, you know, it could be scary for anybody or nervous.
I swear to you guys, when I tell you that I was holding my breath the whole time, you could probably even see me in some of these shots that they took where I was probably like,
Nah, I see the shots.
But remember now, so back in the day, I used to do promotions, and I was, you know, a spokesmodel for Coors Light and for all these different, you know, liquor companies and stuff like that. I've walked many, many, many runways, but I'm going to be 35 in July. And the last time I walked a runway was probably around 21 years old.
Wow.
So it's been a while.
It's been a while.
I mean, I don't even think I remembered how to, like, you know, stop and go like this and then go like this and then like spin and then come back. I literally had to remember, like, how do I do this and, like, not look stupid? Especially considering I'm representing the company when I go out there. I'm like, oh my gosh. I was like, oh, I literally, all I could think about was the rolls popping through and falling down on my face in front of everybody. It would be so, so embarrassing.
So let's answer one question in between this, and we'll
Shoot.
get back to this. So there's a question out there by Tessa Villa.
PT 141.
So can you talk a little bit about PT 141, please?
Yes.
All right. So let's talk about this in between our great stories. You know, we want to give you guys as much answers to some of the questions you guys have out there.
For
so
sure.
I love you guys being engaged. So thank you guys. So PT 141, what is it? So PT 141 is an FDA approved libido enhancer for females. Now this also works on males the exact same way. Now, how does PT 141 work for libido enhancement, especially in females, right? Because for males, we have Viagra, we have Cialis, which those things could possibly work with females too as well in the
Viagra
exact
works
same
for
way.
females too.
Okay, sildenafil and tadalafil, which are the main ingredients in those things.
Yep.
And those work by blood flow. So vasodilation and bringing blood down to the extremities, which for a female would cause more sensitivity in those areas. For a male, it obviously gives us better erections, makes it stay harder for a long period of time. But PT141 is awesome. And the reason it is because it works in a whole different way.
Yeah.
For both males and females.
Yeah, that's a good one.
It works on the nervous system.
Mm-hmm.
So the nervous system in the brain. So at that point, with this, you're getting true libido enhancement.
Like
especially
more
for
of a
females.
connection, because even with females, I don't know, I'm not a guy, I could probably think like a guy a lot, but I'm not a guy. But with females, I know that you have to really, sometimes a lot of females have to connect like emotionally or mentally,
yeah.
like to really like connect and enjoy, sex.
Guys are more physical, like a physical sense, like touching and all that. It's like that's where guys really get stimulation as far as that goes. Where females, it is more of a mental thing,
Yeah.
right? Now they might like to look at something that's really nice and everything like that, but they want more of a mental connection, and that's what really revs females up, and that's what helps females achieve orgasm too.
Yeah.
Where a lot of females deal with problems with
It's a thing.
achieving orgasms, right? It's a huge percentage of females out there that have this issue. So sex might not be as much of a priority for a female as it is for a male in that
these
sense.
males, yeah,
right?
They
Because
must have their sex.
yeah, because it just is what it is. So PT141 affects oxytocin levels at all, directly or indirectly. So oxytocin levels are a little bit different. Now, when you talk about like our Cupid's Candy, which has
That's a
like
good one.
oxytocin in it, it has PT141 and tadalafil in it.
Best
You're really
combo.
getting a triple trifecta threat there.
Yeah.
Where oxytocin can increase mood and bonding, right? It's the bonding hormone. And then you have PT141, which affects the nervous system for libido enhancement. And you then have tadalafil, which then affects the vascular system for libido enhancement. So you're really hitting all the different areas there, and that's what we call Cupid's Candy. Because
And
you're
girls
literally,
and guys can take it.
it's like you're getting shot with that arrow from Cupid, right, with your partner. And really, this therapy has been a big game changer for a lot of our different patients.
If you
out
are
there.
a patient and you're watching this, all you have to do on your next order, just ask. If you haven't tried it, just ask for a sample and say Sharisse said that I can have a sample of it.
Yeah.
And I'll send you a sample to try
Absolutely.
on us, so
Absolutely.
you can try it.
Yeah, it's a really, really good one, and that's a lot of things, people forget about. Like, so with this, like, bonding like that romantically and intimately is a big part of relationships.
Hey, this
out
could
there.
be part of our Cupid's Corner we're about to shoot.
It really is. We're going to shoot Cupid's Corner after this. So it's a big part of it, right? It's something that brings you closer. You bond together. You share these great experiences, and you hopefully are having fun doing it, right? And then afterwards, like, I don't know, it's an euphoric feeling. It should be, right?
Yeah.
And like I said, it brings you closer to your partner. So PT141 is an injectable version. There's an oral version. Where Cupid's Candy, there's just an oral version of that. So if you guys are looking for true libido enhancement for females
All
or
kinds of
males,
stuff.
PT141 is a great therapy. And Cupid's Candy, by far, with the triple threat there, you're going to hit a lot of different things. And it should help, with you and your partner. And you guys can take that together, or you can take PT141 together and still get a great experience as far as libido enhancement wise. So
Now back to the rules. So listen, what I had to do
Back
to
to the
make
rules.
sure that these rolls were not going to be popping out, right?
Right.
So those of you out there that are already on our therapies, right? Because there's a little trick to this here, right?
Mm-hmm,
So if you're already on our therapies and you're taking ECAs, right?
Okay.
Which is your ephedrine, caffeine, aspirin, B12, and chromium
that's
stack,
right.
right?
That's right.
So the best way to shred it quick, right? And I tell people this all the time. So if you're listening and you have your ECAs and you want to drop weight quick and you want to look good quick, this is the way to do it.
Okay.
So you take your ECA first thing in the morning,
Yep.
take it fasted.
Okay.
Not like anybody told me to do this because, like, But anyways, so you take the ECA, take it fasted, drink as much water as you can. If you could do fasted cardio, which I wasn't able to, but if you can, do fasted cardio in the morning.
Yep.
And fasted meaning like, okay, so you get up at, let's just say you get up at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yep.
Fasting is going to be till at least 12 or 1 o'clock.
Yep.
You're not going to eat anything, right?
Right.
So then you eat something small and then take a second dose, right, at 2, 3, 4 o'clock, somewhere in there. So you're not up all night cleaning your house. So you take that second dose, but you're doubling up, and you're not. I mean, that first dose that's fasted, I mean, that shreds you up quick.
Yep.
So I had that. I put that into play.
Okay.
So I did that. That was one thing I did. Second thing I did, obviously, was cut down on all the food that I was eating, all the snacks I was eating, all that fun stuff. Third thing I did was I was taking my Tighten Up. Everybody always wants to know Tighten Up, Tighten Complete.
Yep.
Difference between the two, the same exact thing, except Tighten Complete is a better bang for your buck. I'm not going to lie. It's because it has your branched chain aminos in it.
You get more components in
You
it.
get more components in it. So if you're going to get it, you might as well get the Tighten Complete.
For sure.
And the next thing I did, and I don't know what the deal is, but I've been breaking out. So, and I don't break out. Like, and if I have the smallest pimple on my face, I swear it'd be the only thing that was in the picture. Like, it'd be one little tiny, like, thing here, and it's like, the only thing I can see is this big-ass pimple on my face. So, I'm like, okay, we got to get rid of this quick, right? So, we have these clindamycin pads, which work awesome. And, I really have never had to use it because I don't break out. But for those of you out there that do break out, this would be a really good therapy for you. We use a benzo wash, which I didn't use the benzo wash because I wasn't having like a full-on acne breakout. Mm-hmm. But all I did was use my facial soap, and then I did the clindamycin pads, and I put it all over the spots that I thought were breaking out, and boom, boom, bam. Thank you, ma'am.
And I think a lot of people are dealing with acne right now, right? And that can be hormonal, that can be stress, and then mass. So they call it, maskne is what the term. Yeah, it's like
people have masks of acne.
So and you're getting the condensation in there. You're getting that heat, and that's not good for the pores and like
the mask.
So they call it maskne. That's a term. That's the legitimate term for it.
First of all, let me tell you guys something real quick. Don't be dirty and wash your mask if you're gonna have to wear it.
Yes.
It's not that hard.
Yes. But even with this could clog the pores.
Yeah.
And clogging the pores can cause the outbreak and stuff like that. So
100%.
This is something that a lot of people, and they're self-conscious about. They're like, man, I haven't had acne since I, was 16 years old or 17 years old.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell is going on? And this could be a lot of different things. Like I said, it could be hormonal, it could be stress, it could be because of the mask that you're wearing and stuff like that. So, luckily the mask thing is coming to an end, I guess, here very shortly. Here in Florida, it's pretty much almost gone.
Pretty much almost gone. Nobody's wearing masks
even at
anymore.
the big parks like Busch Gardens, they took away the whole mask mandate. Or even Disney and Universal are letting you take it off outside, where before you had to wear it everywhere in the park, even between
and
bites,
you're
you had to put it back on.
And you're like sweating, and the mask is like sweating on you.
Yes.
And then it's just soaking into your face.
Yes.
And all of a sudden, it's just so gross.
Yes.
I mean, honestly, I think you're probably you're reinfesting whatever is in there already. It's so. I don't know. Listen, I'm not for or against or anything for the masks. Me personally, I still have the antibodies for COVID.
Yeah.
So, I could, run around all day, but,
I even for masks, like, listen, I'm not totally against them. Like, if you're around people and, like, people might be sick, hey, you might want to throw that thing on.
I think
or
if you're high risk,
thing.
if you're high risk, put it on.
If you're high risk, throw it on or whatever like that. So, that's totally on people. And listen, I think in certain situations, it might be a viable option to use. But in most circumstances, like, like when I see like people like walking down the street right now, like I see people that there's nobody around them, right? They're walking outside and they've got a mask on. Like,
why?
Guys, like I don't understand.
It's not like in the air.
I listen. I understand more of like you're in a car, right? And you're maybe an Uber driver and you're driving around because you don't know who's been in your car or whatever it is. So I could kind of see that. But when you're walking outside, literally, there is nobody 100 feet in front of you, 100 feet behind you, and you're walking by yourself.
Yeah.
Like, at that point,
why is that?
Even my son, like, these kids have been trained so hard on to wear the mask. Like, I'll pick him up from school.
Oh my gosh, he's still wearing it.
And I'm totally off grounds, right? And he walks all the way off grounds, and he's walking towards the car for me to go pick him up. And he's got his mask on. I'm like, Peter, take your mask off, dude. I was like, he's like, well, I gotta wear. Listen, you're on school property, okay, fine. You're walking in crowds of people who are sick or coughing near you, totally fine. But when you're by yourself and walking, like at that point, take the mask off, right? You don't need the mask. Like it's kind of crazy, you know. In that
I really do
circumstance.
think that one of the reasons I was kind of like, I was breaking out. It had to have been the mask.
For sure.
For sure. Because there's places we've been recently where we had to wear the mask.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is and stuff like that. So, that's, and literally, like, we'll be training or working out or whatever it is, or even like.
How are you supposed to work out with a mask on?
Yeah, it's just
That's
crazy.
gotta be tough, guys.
It's crazy, It's like even when we were going out and like when taking Peter out, like we take him like these game places and stuff.
Oh
and,
my
like,
gosh, it's
they
the
got
worst.
like laser tag in there and like you're running around.
It's
and
the
you get laser tag, so you have a
worst.
mask on and stuff
It's
like
the
that.
worst.
You know,
I'm
so-
trying to play laser tag,
It's just,
and I'm breaking out of sweat trying to make sure I get as many of these clicks as possible and click on everybody's back so I can get the highest score.
Yep.
And I'm running around trying to get that, but my mask is on.
So-
Come on there, it's like dripping wet, and I
Yes.
gotta wear it the rest of the time.
So Vox, you're exactly right. Sunlight does destroy UV rays. Most of the viruses it really can't maintain
So
airborne.
true.
So yeah, this is just it's really crazy. For a lot of people they don't know.
What up, Eric?
And there's been so much discreditation, like like between the two political parties or whatever you want. Like I don't get political as far as that goes, but like, hey, listen,
Yeah, we can't get
what's
political.
true, what's real, like at that point.
I don't know, because, honestly, guys, I'm probably the wrong person to ask. Actually, I'm probably the right person to ask. I don't know why I was the chosen one for COVID, I call myself the COVID queen because I was the chosen one. And I got it right when everybody else, was just now coming out with it. I got diagnosed in June, and man, I'm telling you, dude, I'll never forget 4th of July. 4th of July will be a definitely a day in the book every single year that I will be thanking God that I'm still here. Because that was the day I was in the ICU with COVID. And, the bad thing about it is that everybody thought it was pneumonia before it was COVID. Right. So this whole time I'm like, I can't breathe. I don't feel good. Something's not right. Yeah. And everybody's like, oh, no. It's pneumonia. It's not COVID. It's pneumonia. I even swabbed, right? And I guess the viral load wasn't high enough to where it came back positive. It was negative. Right. So I was like, okay, well, I guess it is pneumonia, a kind of pneumonia that's gonna put you on, take you off your feet. But then, just turned into COVID, pneumonia, and sepsis all at one time. It was great. It was fun.
Big shout out to Maria, Infinite Medical Institute, Charlie Johnson, Kate Lash, Ricky Sand, Cena Yvonne. What's going on, Cena?
You got a lunch today, Cena?
BBB. BBB.
Cena got a lunch.
All right, IFBB Pro, Cindy Bag. How you doing? So, listen, we were talking about today how the struggle is real to look good these days.
Yeah.
And especially when you have certain events. And we were talking about this last weekend where we had, the Tampa Bay Swim Week fashion show, which Titan Medical Center was main sponsor of. Plus, we had our fashions in it. So we had, 10 of our swimsuit designs for this. And Sharisse was... the starlet of this show.
Well, I had to open the show.
And,
so I was, I want to at least come on here and be real about it because I think all these people go out there and they're like, yeah, I got it. I know it, this and that. So, realistically, yes, I am a confident woman. But, I do feel like it took a lot out of me to get on that stage. Like, it just took a lot out of me just because I didn't know, how I really looked. And no matter how many times I looked in that mirror, guys, I still saw a flaw. And I'm like... I don't want to go out there looking like this. There's something I don't look good. It was just the tiniest things, and I'm like, I just don't want to do it. I don't want to go. And John, he was ever so kind enough to make me feel good about it, to go out there to do it. But point to the story is obviously you could be anybody, right? You could be a regular person. You could be one of these people that have to go compete on stage. You could be a beauty pageant queen. You could be on TV. Yeah. You could be just even at your job, right? Let's just call it a regular people job, right? You're a 9-to-5 job. Let's just say you're a nurse, right? And you're the head nurse, right? Mm-hmm. So everybody looks up to the head nurse. And it's almost like you have this persona to have to keep. You not just have to look good, but you have to hold yourself in a certain manner. You have to speak a certain way. Mm-hmm. You have to have a certain type of confidence to be able to have people, respect you.
People have certain expectations.
They do have certain expectations.
You in a certain place or whatever it is.
It's so true.
You know,
it's
and
so
then
true.
For us, I know where she's going with this. Like, listen, we're the owners of Titan Medical Center. Obviously, you know, we preach a healthy lifestyle, looking good, feeling good, and performing your best. You know, and people put us underneath the microscope every day.
Literally.
Every day.
Literally.
Every day. Like, you know, whether it's, hey, John, you know, what's up?
It's
Are you
usually
being
him.
out, or you're getting bigger, or whatever it is, or, you know, like Sharisse, you know, so, you know, that puts certain stresses on us and other people the exact same way.
Yeah, and it could just be in a different fashion.
Yeah, it is. And listen, we're always going to be our own worst critic,
Right.
right? We're always going to look in the mirror, you know, and you're always going to know where your flaws are at.
Mm-hmm.
Other people might not see those flaws, but you're like zoned in on it, right? Whether it's just a little pimple or, you know, you might have a little birthmark somewhere, whatever
Right.
it is.
A little cellulite.
You know, a little whatever it is. So, you know, you just have to be able to, you know, take that in, right? Know what your flaws are. Try to, you know, to overcome those flaws, whatever it is. So if you think that, you know, you're too fat or whatever it is, then listen, start a healthy diet, start exercising, start doing this, start taking necessary steps to overcome these flaws.
Yeah.
The other thing is, listen, sometimes you can't get rid of your flaws. So you got to own it.
Yeah.
And those people that are confident own it, it doesn't matter what they look like.
You know what I've had to own? My nose.
You got a great nose.
No.
She got a great
No.
She ain't got no big Greek nose like
Listen,
me.
y'all
or
did not
anything
grow
like
up with
that,
this
like,
nose now. Y'all did not grow up with this nose.
Okay.
And Mom, if you are still watching, I love you.
Her
and I'm
nose.
sorry.
Her nose.
Sorry, because I know it's your nose. I'm
I know
sorry.
it's your nose.
I love you, but it is. I had to grow up with it. Like, so to me, that's been like one of my flaws because, like, you know, it's just, I don't know. To him, he thinks it's cute.
Of course.
To me, I'm like, this is a big nose. It goes out this way kind of a little, and it's like, you know, and it's always been, I mean, it doesn't bother me now because I don't care.
Yeah.
But I really don't care. And then he loves it, so I'm like, okay, this is perfect. This is a perfect relationship because he loves my flaw. But, you know, I had to overcome that when I was little. It was like a thing.
I don't think that's a thing. So listen, Vox, we appreciate it. He said you're too awesome to
Thanks,
watch,
Vox.
taking the kids outside. But he wanted to say you guys are really honest.
I don't know any other way to be.
Gets
Brutal.
people like me to really want to promote you guys and be on your team. Your personalities are so great together and see on the screen. When you said the start authentic, doing these live videos are nerve-wracking,
queen.
but it further verifies the honesty and genuine nature of being able to speak the spot. Found you by grace. I'll pray to you guys. We appreciate it. Your family staying healthy.
Thanks, guys.
Especially the Code Clean. Bless you
I
guys and take
appreciate
care.
that.
We appreciate you, Vox.
What's
Thank
up,
you so much. We
guys?
appreciate
What's
that.
up?
But like
Christian, Jeremy,
yeah,
Eric.
what's going on, guys? Thank you guys for all tuning into this. You know, this is just a live, organic thing that we want to talk about, a healthy lifestyle, or just
I feel
stories,
there's
personal.
just stuff that comes up like every single week that can just
every day?
or every day that could be talked about. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you guys the funny story. You guys ready for it? You guys ready for the funny story?
Tell me. What is it? I'm caught off guard.
I'm definitely gonna tag Michelle in this. You didn't hear about this? I know you heard about this.
What? I don't even know what you're talking
Oh
about
my
yet.
God! Okay, so listen.
What's going on here?
No, seriously. So
I'm
listen,
still in the
listen.
dark.
Here's the funny story, right? So we have the fashion show, and let me tell you now, because I made it through the whole fashion show. I did not fall down and bust my ass.
Thank
I
God.
looked great. I felt great. I made it across the stage. Everybody else did great. The whole team did great.
Oh, man,
Everybody
we were
did
on
great.
fire.
It was awesome, right? So I was feeling good. So I go back upstairs because God only knows I am not running around in that bathing suit all night with some stilettos, you know, and then, you know, causing issues or whatever that might be. So I want to go put on like a real people outfit. So I go upstairs, I put on this outfit that I got from a place that I'm not telling you guys where I get my clothes. But anyways, so I got it from this place and, you know, super cute outfit, right? So I go back downstairs, right?
Oh, I know
This is terrible. I have never had this happen to me. Ever in my life, okay? So I'm down there with two friends, right? And it's a whole cabana worth of people. Like, you know, all the girls at the office, a bunch of their boyfriends, all this stuff, whatever, right? So, and I'm going to tag Michelle in this, and I'll let her put her funny little story remark in here because it's coming. But anyways, so it's Julie, right, and Michelle, and they're on this side, and we're sitting there, and I'm like, you know, I'm like stood up. and the Pussycat Doll song comes on, right? Like, don't you wish your girlfriend was hot like me, right? You know. So I'm like, oh yeah, and I'm like, I am hot, right? Not literally, like I was literally hot, like I was like sweating, right? Sweating because I've been running around, right? And they had this big fan, right, at water. Like, thanks a lot, Corey. But they had this big fan, so I stood up in front of the fan, right? And I'm like, you know, literally, I'm like dancing, and I'm like, don't you wish your girlfriend was hot like me? And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, this stupid little outfit.
Wardrobe malfunction.
This stupid little outfit pops open, literally, and like, when I tell you, like, in 3 seconds, it just pops down. This whole thing comes out. I got a full-on, blown-on, like, you know, booby actions here.
Think of Janet Jackson.
It was
Super
literally
Bowl.
a Janet Jackson moment. Thank goodness it wasn't on camera, because I mean that would have went super viral.
Oh man, I would have been upset.
Oh, I was facing the cabana this way, right? So, anyways, so I got this thing, and I'm like, oh, so all of a sudden I'm like this, and I pull it back like this. I'm like, oh my god, what am I gonna do? So like I make this big scene, right? And Anya, my girl, thank you. You always come through in the clutch. But Anya gets on the microphone, right? She's like, we have an emergency right now. And she's talking to all the Cabana girls, right? All the Cabana girls serving all the bottles, right? Gets on here, she's like, literally, we have an emergency. I need a safety pin immediately. One of you guys have a safety pin. I know one of you guys do. Yeah, we got one over here. Need a Cabana 5. Now. Hurry, run. She boop, 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 gets it over. I'm like, oh my god, I'm like sitting there like holding it like this. I'm sitting in the seat. I'm like, oh my god. John has no idea what's going on, right? He didn't see this at all, thank God. And you know, I'm literally having an anxiety attack because I have an outfit on and this just happened, and I'm like, oh my gosh, what if it happens to the other side? Then I'm not gonna have an outfit.
Oh
I'm sitting
my
running
God.
around. Wouldn't this have been terrible?
That
It was
would've been
terrible.
terrible.
This is a nightmare for me because I'm pretty conservative to some degree. You know, I don't go out in little tiny mini skirts, and you know, I'm pretty conservative. But Anya came through. All my girls came through in the clutch. They pinned me up real good. I was like, you guys sure it's not gonna come out again? Because I tell you, I was in that outfit maybe another 10 minutes. I'm like, yeah, about that time to go home. I'm hungry. I'm real tired. I'm real hungry. Can we go home? It was terrible.
So the struggle is real.
It's so real.
The struggle is real. For sure.
Thank God it wasn't on camera.
You know, I mean, yeah, thank God it wasn't on camera.
And now you just now what happens is that I come to work every day, and Michelle, because I have to walk past her to get to my desk, right? She reminds me of it every day when I walk in.
What did she say?
She's like, "Don't you wish your girlfriend
Oh
was
my
hot
God.
like me? Don't you wish your girlfriend was hot like me?"
Little inside joke
I'm like,
there.
oh my God, shut up. I'm like, just shut up. Just shut up. Call somebody else. Call one of those labs. Go do something. We're not talking about any pussycat dolls anymore. It's terrible. Seriously, it was so embarrassing. I'm not even
Just
kidding.
a day in the life. Just one day in the life. That's
Just
something.
one.
So I'm sure you guys have had some crazy stories out there like this. Maybe you have, maybe you haven't. I'm sure you have, though,
Yeah,
right?
you just don't talk about it.
Everybody's had these crazy
I know
scenarios,
all y'all have.
situations.
Every single one of you.
And then, you know, I guess, you know, it's just how you get over it, how fast you get over it, or what you do to get over it, which is going to really make your character at that point. Oh, jeez. So hopefully, you know, this brings a little insight to you guys of, you know, what it takes just to look good. And the struggle is real, right? Because everybody's trying to look good.
Right.
It's just doing the necessary things you need to do to really get on that path to look good, or to accomplish whatever health and wellness goals that you guys have set forth. So yeah, Sharisse, you know, she gave you a little breakdown of what she does and her little time of need.
Yeah.
You know, from
This
ECA
bottle.
Stack Plus.
I'm telling you, this
her
bottle is
Tighten
a
Up.
lifesaver.
Prometheus was a good one too.
Yeah,
That's another good one.
So I actually do take Prometheus. I've been taking it actually for a while now, and it's helped me on so many different levels because in the Prometheus, in case you guys are wondering what's in it, it's got bupropion, metformin, and B12. So people that have PCOS, they
a lot of females out
they
there.
actually use metformin to help treat PCOS,
right.
which it has helped a lot with my cramps and my pain and stuff like that. It's also helped a lot with, like, you know, when you have PCOS, you are forever bloated, swollen, like forever just your midsection never looks good. I don't care. I don't care how much you cardio, how much you diet, what you do. Your midsection never looks good. It just, it's all, you are always bloated. But this, I mean, the metformin has been a game changer for me. And then the bupropion, I think people have this outlook on the Wellbutrin because it's used for so many different things, right? They use it for an antidepressant. They use it for smoking cessation. They use it for plenty of things,
Cravings
right?
in general.
Cravings in general. But here's what you guys need to know. So in like the antidepressant type of dosages, right?
Yeah.
They are using, okay?
What up, Mark?
Like 200 to 300, whatever it is, 150 plus milligrams 2 times a day, 200 milligrams 2 times a day. So we're talking pretty high dosages for the antidepressant portion of it. Well, we use a minute dose in it.
Right.
You know, it's a really, really baby dose. It's 75 milligrams.
75 milligrams.
And it's short acting, actually. It's not because there's a long acting Wellbutrin and there's a short acting Wellbutrin.
Right.
And to be honest with you guys, it's been a game changer for me.
Yeah.
I've been taking it for years, way before Prometheus was ever really Prometheus. I'm being totally honest with you guys. And it was a game changer for me. Like
But singly.
Singly. I was taking it singly. And then combining the components together has been, I'm telling you, it's definitely been a game changer for me for, you know, the way I look, the way I feel.
For a lot of patients out there.
I mean, it has been. Even the girls in the office, you know, it's definitely a mood enhancer, and it definitely helps with focus and concentration.
Well,
That's my personal opinion.
Let's talk about weight loss too.
Yeah.
So that's another big thing, you know, lowering glucose levels, so sugar levels, right? Increasing as far as AMPK, the enzyme, to lose belly fat. That's another big one. A lot of people want to do that.
What's up, Mark?
So that's just a couple benefits from it. Obviously, energy is going to be in there too. A natural energy, no stimulants or anything like that as far as that goes.
Yeah, this one's a good one for
So,
people that don't like stimulants.
It's definitely a good one out there. So if you guys are looking for different weight loss options, you guys can look into Prometheus, ECA Sac Plus, Titan Upper Titan Complete. And if you have any questions about this or you want to be patient, guys, we service around the country. So wherever you're at, it's not a problem. It's real simple and easy to do. All you guys got to do for these therapies that we're talking about is fill out the new patient paperwork. You're going to see our medical provider via Skype or FaceTime. It's real simple, real easy. And then the U.S. licensed pharmacy is going to ship directly from the pharmacy to your doorstep. And you're ready to rock and roll. And we're here for your support all the time.
All the time.
Call, text, email. You're going to get a live person. We're going to help you out if there's any issues, questions, or we're just going to take that positive feedback that we like to get from our patients about how things are going, right? Because we want to make sure that your health is number one priority and you guys are getting your goals accomplished. Whatever it is, health and wellness, and aesthetics goes along with that too as well.
100%. I mean, listen, you can't look. I tell you guys all this all the time. You cannot look good if you're 10 feet under.
That's right.
You cannot look good when you're in a hospital bed either.
That's right.
Trust me, I know.
100%.
So you know you got to take care of yourself. It's just
100%.
it's a 100 overall. It's an overall wellness type deal, and it really is a lifestyle. You know, and you
It
don't
really is.
listen. You don't have to. Listen, you don't have to go hardcore in the gym. You don't have to diet hardcore to be like live a healthy lifestyle.
No.
You can literally take it in small, tiny portions. You know, you can start eating more salads instead of eating, you know, Burger King.
Get rid of the
Over
sugars,
there.
processed foods. These are your biggest things. Look at your ingredients. Don't just look at the hype advertising. Like,
This is the ingredients
God, this
guy
is
over
crazy
here.
right now.
The
So
ingredients guy.
0 sugar added, right? But you look at the ingredients, you're like, oh man, like what are all these different things that I can't pronounce in the back? Like, that's a problem, okay? When you're looking at it's like keto friendly, and then you start looking at the back, you're like, oh, this is probably too good for me, right?
Like what was it?
I mean,
sativa. Wasn't that one? Like it was like a.
So
No, you don't have to say the name, obviously.
yeah,
but-
so there's sugar substitutes out there, right? And they're like Diet Cokes and stuff like that, like.
And they're coming out with all these new kinds of like
0
like
calories,
these
0
little
sugar,
cans.
but then you
Yeah.
start looking at the back, you're like, all right, like stevia's in it, and like stevia's all right for some people, but like there's other things that are out there, and like you know there's studies on some of these things are causing cancer and stuff like that, and I just don't think they're good. Like, listen, if you're gonna take in something that's gonna be sugar, it might as well be sugar cane. You know,
Yeah.
at that point, it's real sugar, okay, raw sugar. That's kind of what it is. You can always use honey and stuff like that if you really want to, you know, a really natural type, you know, sugar base there. But, you know, try to stay away from your sugars and your processed foods. That's your biggest issue out there. And high fructose corn syrup.
Yeah.
That was
a
in
bad one.
everything. Now, you know, because people are starting to be a little bit more health conscious because, people were dying. People were gaining. They gained an average of 29 pounds during COVID.
Yeah, but our friend even told us in London they're not even allowed to have it in their stuff over there.
So different countries don't allow some of these
They
ingredients.
don't even allow you to
these
sell
things.
it in the ingredient like at the grocery
it's
store.
It's against it. So like even if you go to like Mexico, right? They got Mexican Cokes, okay? And you look on the back, in Coke here in the United States, it's high fructose corn syrup. There, it's sugarcane because they don't allow that high fructose corn syrup in those products. Now, London and England, it's a whole different ballgame, and they outlaw a lot of different ingredients that are really bad for you, okay? And low percentages of some of these ingredients and stuff like that. And I think that's where the U.S. is kind of behind the 8 ball in that scenario because, we start hounding like all these different things that are really, really bad for people. Smoking, okay? That's a prime example.
Yeah.
But,
now no one smokes.
We talk about child abuse, like people beat their kids, mental abuse, right? But we don't talk about how people, and Big Drew's on here, so big shout to Big Drew.
What up, Big Drew?
And we talk about this all the time, how it's child abuse when we start feeding our kids these different things that we know aren't good for them.
Yeah.
Would you feed your kids poison?
Yeah.
Now, they might cry and complain like, hey, or like, as your mindset growing up, like ours was, is we got to eat McDonald's. We got to eat some candies and stuff like that.
It wasn't the same.
But
they put more like plastic in it or something.
We really didn't have the education that we had now, and you really didn't know everything that was in it.
Yeah.
And, they've had to be more forthcoming and transparent about what they're doing and what we're putting in our foods, and calorie counts too as well.
Well, who knows what might have happened to some of those people that ate that all the time.
For sure. I mean,
and then it wasn't, even attributed to specifically, let's just say fast food, McDonald's or whatever it was. It was just attributed that, oh yeah, you got diabetes, or oh yeah, you have hypertension, or oh yeah, you have high cholesterol. Sorry, it just must be genetics.
Exactly. And these are a direct effect from the negative foods that you're doing or the negative lifestyle things that you're doing. So at that point, you guys just become aware, especially if you guys want to feel good, look good, and perform at your very best. So I think that's going to wrap up this week's show of Sharisse's Healthy Lifestyle Soapbox.
Gotta get back into my computer.
All right, back to work we go. So I appreciate all you guys tuning in. Sharisse?
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
We'll see you guys next Wednesday
at
1 p.m.
I'm late for everything,
Tentatively, okay? If we're going to run late, we're going to tell you guys. But be ready between 1 and 2 p.m. every Wednesday, all right? We're going to keep you on your heels, keep you on the seats, and guessing or wanting more. So at that point, we're going to give you guys some good insights, some stories, and maybe talk about some of our therapies. Whatever you guys want to talk about, tune in.
Let me know.
Chime in. We love it, and we'll see you guys next week.
Bye, guys.